Hi, this is Geshe Michael Roach, and we're continuing our series of 6 short videos about frustrating things about time. And we're just bringing up these problems, and we're talking about solutions. We're going to cover the big solutions in this 1-hour free invitation event it's coming out. But now we're talking about the 6th thing that frustrates me about time, and I want to show a mansion. Okay, recently I went with my wife Veronica to California to visit my stepmom, and we had a chance to stay in a beautiful mansion, so this is especially special if you get to go to the beach, the ocean in California, San Diego. And there's this big mansion, this big, beautiful place. And somebody tells you, look, you can stay here for a week. You guys relax. You can use the mansion for a week. And it's got a swimming pool, and it's got a big beach. You just walk out and go to the beach and go swimming in the ocean. And it's really, it was really a beautiful time. We were very fortunate to have this beautiful place to stay in. Okay, now, next picture, Seiji. Imagine that somebody said, okay, you can borrow my mansion for a week. And then when you got there, they said, you know what? Can you just stay in the closet for 7 days? And you're like, what? And they're like, could you just get in the closet with all the clothes, and I'll close the door. Don't worry, I'll give you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But can you just stay in the closet? And you're like, but this is a big mansion, and it's on the beach. We can go walking for miles on the beach. You want me to stay in the closet for a week? And you're like, the guy's like, yeah, just stay in the closet for a week. Geshe, why are you talking about that? What's that got to do with time management? Well, if you think about it, we are stuck in the present moment, okay? We are stuck in the present moment. And listen, it's not a kind of time anxiety that most of us have, Like, you don't feel frustrated. You don't complain to your wife or husband, Hey, did you realize something? What? We're stuck in the present moment, Time, all of time, even just this year, is like a huge, beautiful mansion on the beach in California. Time, this month, this week, this year, this life, it's like a big, beautiful house with many, many beautiful, bright rooms, and very, very interesting and pleasant to visit the different spaces in this house, which is called this month or this year. And wouldn't it be nice if we could step into tomorrow, or we could step into next week? You could tell your friends, you could tell girls, say, hey, I'll see you in an hour. Well, Geshe, where are you going? I'm going to next week. I want to see what's going on next week. I'm just going to check in with next week, see if I did finish those 6 videos or not. And then I'll come back and we can talk, okay? And then you laugh and you say, Geshe, it's not possible, People, it would be interesting if you could visit last week. Maybe you could do something over that you didn't do very well the first time. Or it would be interesting to pick a nice moment next week and go stay there for a couple hours, Like, wouldn't that be interesting if we weren't limited? And the first thing I want you guys to feel is frustration, okay? We're talking about 6 kinds of frustration. And, some of them were pretty easy, like, oh, I'm frustrated that I have to choose one thing and I have to not do something else. I'm frustrated that I have to prioritize or make to-do lists. That frustrates me. And it frustrates me that when I'm sitting with a person who repeats what they told me last week for 2 hours that it's frustrating that I have to sit and listen, and the time goes so slow, during that time. But here's a bigger frustration that you guys didn't even think about because you believe that there's no solution, okay? And that's that. Try to imagine you are stuck in the present instant, okay? I'm not even saying 5 minutes. Our life is a tiny slice of time, okay? If you, in 24 hours, your life is only 1 second long. You only get to be in 1 second of time. And then, time is like, okay, Geshe, we got to go to the next moment. You're like, wait, I didn't enjoy this moment. I know, but you only get to stay here a moment. You got to go to the next one. And you're like, but wait, I was enjoying this moment. I don't care. You got to go to the next moment. You cannot stay in 2 moments at once. It's not possible, but it is possible, okay? If you can slow down time, if you can bend time, or if you can straighten out time, which Einstein said you can do, and we do it all the time, we just don't know about it. You have to learn. You can learn to be in different moments at the same time. And imagine if you could, I'm not talking about remembering something pleasant from 5 years ago. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being there again. If you want to, you can go back now and enjoy that time. But I think even more interesting is the future, And there's a method to visit the future. There's a method to see what's going to be going on. And you can imagine how useful that would be in the present time. Okay, if you could look ahead, this guy's looking into a, telescope, something. And I like to imagine that he's looking into the future, okay? And if you could look into the future, wouldn't that be cool? And I would say, by the way, that most successful businessmen and businesswomen who are very successful, they have a little bit of ability to see into the future. And we call it instincts. Like Elon Musk, he just always seems to know what's going to be hot next. My friend Nick bought a Elon Musk solar roof. The tiles on his roof are solar. And the financing was very, very, very revolutionary. And so here's this guy, Elon Musk. He just finished a network of satellites that are this big, like grapefruits. And they're going to increase the internet where I live. How many times, Seiji? 10 times? 10 times more, 10 times faster. In the countryside, where there are no cell phone towers, easy cell phone towers. So what I'm saying is Elon Musk seems to have an ability to look into the future and see something that's coming, okay? And we can develop this future sense. Here's a final picture I want to show you guys. This lady's a doctor. There's an older lady coming for some kind of treatment. And imagine if you were a doctor and you were thinking to give 2 different drugs to someone who was not feeling well, and you could check in the future to see what will happen if you give them this drug. And then you can check in the future to see what will happen if you give them this different drug. Wouldn't that be the most amazing doctor in the world who could look ahead, 2 months ahead, 3 months ahead, and see, to get out of this closet of the present moment and look into the future and see which medicine is best for you? Wouldn't that be the ultimate doctor. Wouldn't it be nice to have this ability to help other people by looking into the future and seeing what's the biggest thing you can do to help them? What's the best thing you can do to help another person? Wouldn't that be a wonderful skill to help the people around us? Okay, we'll be learning more in the invitation event. We're actually going to go deeper into these techniques, and I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.